everyone, and welcome to Spotlight. I'm Dina Ventura. Today's talk is all about travel. There's been great interest in seeing places other than the usual. Turkey, now called Türkiye, is among the top choices to discover. And we're here to know more about this from travel expert Jason Yang of Travel Warehouse Incorporated and travel buddies Kevin La Peña and Ashley Gosien. So, hello. Welcome
Hi,
to
hi,
Spotlight.
hi,
We're
Miss
part of
Dina.
Hello,
Yes.
hello everybody.
Thanks for having us here.
Oh, welcome back from Turkey.
We still have jet lag, but for you, Miss Dina, we went
Thank you.
here.
So is it Turkey or Türkiye?
Well, it's the same. They did not really change the name of the country, but if you will check the history, Turkish people call their country Turkiye. But
Okay.
because of they want to rebrand and
Yes.
not to be associated with the Thanksgiving and
The
the,
poultry.
bird, the poultry, they changed the spelling to
Okay.
Turkey, but it's basically the same. And it's a
Okay.
misconception that the country changed its name, but definitely it's not.
It's still the
Originally
same.
talaga,
It's
Turkey,
pa rin
yeah.
talaga siya.
If you will talk to the local people, it's really Turkey.
Turkey,
Yeah.
locals.
Yeah.
But for us, it's Turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
So are we going to use Turkey this afternoon or?
I think it's a good exercise.
Yeah,
para
we
sanay
have,
din
yeah,
tayo,
because-
para masanay din sila na Turkey yun yung tawag natin.
So you three were traveling together with other people this past month. Am I right?
Yeah, last
Even
month.
since the pandemic.
Maybe just 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago you were
Yeah,
out,
traveling
but you've been
together,
traveling.
Yeah, in Turkey 3 weeks
Okay.
ago, yeah. But together,
see.
yeah, maybe 3 years already.
Since the start of the pandemic.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
You started.
We call
You went
ourselves
right away.
pandemic travel buddies.
Okay.
I know, Miss Dina, you have so many questions, pero one thing I admire about Jai,
yes.
during the onset of the pandemic, yung tourism industry, natamaan talaga siya.
Yes.
And one of his advocacies was to promote tourism while tourism wasn't open yet. Para
That's
once na
hard.
nagbukas na siya sa mundo, tumuloy na ulit yung mga negosyo ng mga tourism-reliant businesses, and that's why Jai and I and us
Of course, yeah.
traveled during the pandemic. Thank you very much.
To show that
Jai.
it can be safe, that it
Exactly.
can be fun still without.
Thank you also for the help of our influencer like Kevin and Ashley for answering the call to revive tourism during
Hindi ka
that time.
natakot. You weren't nervous at all that there was a
Alay
virus.
sila, alay,
Oh,
mga
oh.
alay.
We really wanted to help the travel
Thank you.
industry. So,
Okay.
Takot lang kami ma-disappoint si Jai.
You're worse than the virus pala dyan.
I know. My reputation.
Malakas kidlat niya.
Anyway, so since then, have you noticed any increase in the travel among Filipinos?
Oh, definitely. The travel revenge is real. You know, before pandemic, at least inbound, we're talking about the inbound, we're receiving already around 8 million travelers from outside the Philippines. Right now, we're still not reaching the 8 million marks, but we're going there. But at least the outbound, those Filipino who wants to go outside the country, it's amazingly increasing.
Okay.
And surprisingly, everything expensive now. The hotels are full. The hotels are expensive. The airfares are ridiculously expensive. But people are grabbing it because they want to travel already.
Yan talaga yung revenge travel.
That's the revenge travel.
Doesn't matter how much it costs now, no?
Right now, yeah, that's correct.
Pero siguro, Miss Dina, not to deter people, baka ma-intimidate sila.
Oh,
sa
that's
sabi
true
ni
also.
Sir Jai. Baka, ay, mahal na pala mag-travel. Maraming good deals.
Marami
Ayan.
Kaya travel warehouse.
Really
And-
just okay. Which
and-
brings me to travel warehouse.
Exactly, and I think the flights are already increasing. There are more frequencies now, so it expect to lower the airfare in the coming months at
Yeah,
least.
so just watch out and make your travel plans ahead, no? That's
Exactly.
good advice. But tell me more about Travel Warehouse Incorporated.
Well, Travel Warehouse, basically we are a travel agency, Miss T. We started the business 1999. Of course, what we want to do is to provide a more experiential kind of trip. It's beyond the usual photo shoots. It's beyond the usual shopping. So we
Yes.
want travelers to experience more. We want them to do immersion. We want them to have an experiential activities. So it's
Something different.
Something
that's what you're
different,
offering.
yeah,
But
something
when
different.
you established the company that year, was that very new, that concept of designing a kind of travel experience for your clients?
It was new because I still consider Filipino travelers as still young travelers,
Okay.
meaning we're still experimenting. We just want to collect many photos.
Yes.
Because especially now with the social media, people just want to have photos. But I always ask them, do you understand those photos? After you travel, you collect hundreds of it, you post it, hundreds. But
Oh,
did you understand the soul or
ang galing.
the soul?
Bukod pa sa shopping.
Exactly.
Hindi mo
Exactly. So, what we want to happen is for them to tell more stories than posting
For
photos.
them to really feel
Exactly.
it and be in the experience.
Exactly.
Ang galing naman.
So on that note, you have to take the risk,
Oh.
and people will accept it because they will. Oh, Chai, that's right. I rather have this moment than wasting my time taking 100 photos, and at the end of the day, I just waste
You don't
it.
even
I don't
remember
even
half of
remember
them.
it. Exactly.
So how was travel before and after COVID? Before nagkaroon ng COVID,
There's,
nagkaroon ng COVID.
yeah,
tas
I think may malaking difference now. I think people realize now the value of having a travel agency. Because before, people will just travel. Okay, I'll book online. Oh, this is the best
DIY
deal.
lahat eh, no?
Oh, I heard from my friends, this is good. But when pandemic happened, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do the refunds. They don't know
yeah.
how. People now value the added services, the
Expertise.
expertise they can get from travel agency like Traveler, all those travel advisors. We call it travel advisors, and of course, they value more not just the price, but also the quality
Yes.
of package you're getting, and of course, the security. It is safe. It is in case something happened, can I get the refund easily? Can I rebook? Can I do it? I mean, can someone assist me on this? You know, those things.
It's really just very convenient,
It's-
no,
yeah,
to travel
exactly.
with
Alam niyo, Miss Dina, if you wouldn't mind me sharing also,
Go ahead.
especially during the onset of the pandemic, dun dumami yung mga requirements before you
Sobra.
went to the other places.
Oo.
Kaya dun talaga kami namulat na, alright, maybe if someone na ito yung expertise nila, sila yung tumulong sa atin, we don't have to think about
Yeah.
gathering all these requirements already. That was when we started to realize na, wow, even as requirements aside, napakadali lang din pala
Yeah.
to get the services of a travel agent.
And not only that, na-realize ko din na you get much more deals pala when you work with a travel agent kasi like compared to if ikaw magbo-book lahat. Mas makakamura ka pa pala if may
Exactly.
travel agent. So I didn't know that.
Oh,
Kung
that's
may
a misconception, no?
Yeah,
among
I
people.
agree, yeah.
People think, ay, I'm gonna
mahal
get
yan.
mahal yan.
No,
Mapapamahal ako, parang ganun.
Yeah.
If you will take the hassle, I always tell them, time is also money. If you exactly,
Good point,
if you
good point.
waste your time collecting all the documents, the requirements, then at the end of the day, it's not enough. You waste a lot of time. While if you have travel warehouse, then everyone will be taking care of for you.
Okay. So, what do you have now that's new? What do you have to offer travelers now?
Now, I think the travelers are going in the long haul trips more than ever. Like we have many Filipinos going to Europe now. We have many Filipinos going to Turkey.
Yeah.
We have a lot of demands for at least exotic destinations like the Central Asia, India, and even the Greenland. We even
Greenland.
sent travelers to Antarctica recently.
Talaga?
So,
Uy, sama kami dyan.
Antarctica, imagine the seventh continent. Ito yung mga destination that no one was paying attention because they think it's difficult to get there, it's expensive. But people are becoming more daring. I call it
Adventurous,
adventurous,
daring.
yeah.
Okay.
Now compared before. Parang, okay, Southeast Asia is still Southeast Asia. It's still a beautiful destination. It's our region. Hong Kong is still there, Singapore is still there. But we have to go outside the
Beyond.
comfort zone or beyond that.
So, I'd really like to know what are the top destinations destinations that Filipinos prefer to go to now?
I think we have to ask them first. Recently, ano yung favorite nyo so far?
Oh, top destinations. I think by volume siguro yung tinatanong nyo.
Yes, like,
Okay, in terms of
sa
volume, okay, I
business.
think in terms of volume, Japan is
still very
still
popular.
very popular. Korea is popular, but we're having some issues with the visa
Visa.
applications now because of the
Tagal.
backlogs. Ang tagal, di ba? So, tendency lahat pumunta ng Japan. So, if you will book Japan now, it will be difficult for you to get a tour guide. It will be difficult for you to get a tour bus. Especially in my case, we're handling a lot of group tours. We're into MICE, incentive tours.
see, okay.
So we always advise our clients to book early because there's no way you can get a tour guide if you book it a month before. But the other thing there, if you want to travel on your own, of course, Japan is so easy. You just take the train. People are so polite. They will try their best to communicate. Then, if you get lost in Japan, it will not
It's
harm you.
safe.
It's still safe.
But if you travel to Japan tomorrow, makakasama mo si Jai.
Tomorrow.
again?
Tomorrow.
Yan, naabutan pa natin.
So we have Japan, and then of course Europe is increasing. I think Europe relaxed their visa. Switzerland is very aggressive.
Now,
So very aggressive because of the Korean novella. You know, Switzerland became popular now
for the setting of
for the setting. Chloe, you know, that's people are looking for. We have Japan, Switzerland, and then Turkey is of course is one of the popular destination now.
speaking of those destinations that are really not the usual that you hear about, diba, when people travel. I'm curious, how do you design your tours? Like, how do you decide this is the place where we should go? Ganon.
First, I design it based on my experience. I have to see it first. Like, I think this segment of my clients will like this. I think this group of my clients will enjoy this activity. So I decided first, and I put my shoes on their shoes. I mean, on their interests. Like,
Okay.
I want something exclusive. I want an experience in the hot air balloon, but without the crowd.
Right.
You know, I want an experience I want to stay in a cave, but at the same time, I want comfort. So I have to check this, and then if I think it's ready for my
Oh.
market, I will design it and I will include it in the itinerary.
And then you go and try it all out first.
Yes, of course, it cannot be luxurious. Everything cannot be too luxurious because we have to work on. Of course, everyone has different budget.
Right.
So we have to design according to the market without sacrificing the quality.
So,
So
you're really a traveler talaga, no, at heart. Because for
yes,
you have to love what you're doing to come up
exactly.
with all those.
You need patience and passion to be. I mean, to enjoy this career.
When did you start in the travel industry?
1999. So I started 1999. So we're celebrating our 25th year next year. So it's our silver
Congrats.
anniversary.
Okay.
Kevin will host it again.
Wow.
He hosted the 20th anniversary.
Kevin, so you're a
he
professional
cannot-
host.
5 years?
5 years ago, yeah, remember that, Kevin? So he cannot say no to that. I'm already booking
Lock
it.
in ka na, lock
I'm
in.
already
nakabook na
booking it. People are already
Nakikita
watching.
na ng mga tao ngayon.
Exactly.
So is that your day job? Is that your
Yes,
bread and butter?
yes. That's the bread and butter.
Okay. And Ashley, yours?
I'm more on like a lifestyle content creator and gaming.
Interesting.
Yes.
Iba-iba. But somehow together for travel. Okay. So recently you were in Turkey. Why Turkey?
Because Turkey has everything from A to Z.
Oh.
Ay, ang galing!
Yes, and I believe you've prepared a video for us to see.
Ang galing ang segment natin.
Oo, eh.
To make way.
Oo. Maybe we can show our video A to Z. Let's watch. Wow.
So do we need to say
Jai.
more?
A to Z. Okay, I have a
Numbers
question.
naman.
I have a question, Jai.
Okay.
Who thought of those words from A to Z? Ikaw?
Yes, I did.
Talaga?
Talented talaga to
Oo
si Mr.
nga.
Writer
Lysander.
yan, Miss Dina.
Meron akong word doon na hindi naintindihan. Doctor.
Zenial, zenial.
Zenial,
Some people ask me about zenial, but it means hospitable.
Really?
Oh.
It's
Hey,
hospitable.
something,
something
new.
new.
Right. Okay, so I suppose you went to all those places,
Yes, we did.
ano?
Those are
The
those are
highlights.
video shots of one of our content creators, Chris. Very good content creator, Chris Gids.
Okay.
He won several awards, and then he was very excited to join us in Turkey. So that's why he created that video.
Have you always done that? Create videos out of all your travels?
TWIs is one of the, probably we are the first travel agency to introduce I think Kevin corrected me here. I called this same day editing before,
Okay.
but he said, Jai, it's supposed to be same trip editing. Because every time, because we're
Like that
very
way.
strong in handling corporate clients, so one of the trips with our corporate clients, we decided to surprise them with same trip editing of the whole tour.
A summary of their
And they cannot
adventures.
travel without that anymore, so they expect that.
People want that.
People want that. And during pandemic, we decided, in pandemic, you're not doing anything, so you have to invent doing. You cannot just stay there and watch things to happen. So we decided, okay, let's collaborate with the Department of Tourism
Okay.
Promotions Board. Let's invite influencers like Kevin and Ashley to help the
Spread
tourism
the word,
sector,
yeah.
spread the word that it's safe to travel now. So we produce a lot of it. We're not earning anything here, but at least it helps.
Keeping it alive.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. It's a good for our image as a travel agency with a cause.
Oo. Make people more excited to travel, no?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into that later on. But for now, let's just pause for a short commercial break. We'll be back.
Nagtitiis ka na lang ba sa e-wallet at lumang bank apps mo?
Struggle! I can't receive payments na.
I need to go to the bank branch to deposit a check pa.
Singila na. So hassle to do it one by one.
I need to send my bank deets again and again.
Tiis no more! With UB, hindi ka na mahahassle, hindi ka na magsistruggle, at hindi ka na magte-travel pa to the bank branch to transact. Ayos? Ayos! Download Union Bank online now.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at ipapang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Kasal, lahat ng minimithi makakamtan sa PCSO.
back on Spotlight with Jai,
Jai. Yeah.
Ashley, and Kevin,
Hello.
our travel experts. So, before we took a break, we were talking about Turkey and your Turkiye and your recent travel there. So, what can you say about that trip?
Madam.
Grabe. I mean, ang dami ko nang napuntahan, but so far, this would be my favorite. Not only because ang ganda ng Turkey, but also it was the company that I was with.
Yes, I believe that.
Ang laking
The
bagay.
company.
The
True.
company.
Okay.
The company plus one unseen
There.
here and 9 other people
Oh.
watching, hopefully.
Yes. So tell me about yourselves. I understand that this is what you do on the side or as a passion lang, but you have your day jobs.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do and how you got into traveling in the first place.
Okay, so I'm actually really an overall lifestyle content creator. I've focused mostly on gaming, video games.
And you have fans, I know.
Yeah, well, yeah, supporters. I have
fans.
So many
supporters.
fans.
Yeah, so
You know?
wow.
Glamour shot.
Okay, so
Uy, revealing.
grabe naman yung mga side comments nito. Tama na. Shh. Okay, so, but I've always been, well, a fan of traveling because I'm not sure if you subscribe to astrology, but I'm a Sagittarius. And
I do actually, yes.
so, mga Sagittarius, mahihilig talaga sa travel. Although, I'm not someone who would plan my travels. Mahilig ako sumama. Kaya sabi ko, perfect tong mga kasama ko. Sila yung mga
I will plan everything for you.
Yes, thank you. Ayun, so
Okay.
mahilig lang akong
To see new
bumit-
places.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
sumama, yes.
And Kevin.
By trade, I'm a host, so I host on TV and events.
Wow.
Ayan, goodness. So that was
Long hair.
during one of my my shoots, one of my previous shows. Pero predominantly then kasi that's why I've gotten into traveling. Is also my other industry is I'm part of travel media.
I see.
I think this is how I got connected with Jai also,
Exactly,
the first
Japan.
time we met. So I produced travel shows. I hosted several travel shows across different networks already. So parang nag-bleed into the kind of industry that I'm in now. So it's just that I host predominantly live events now and weddings. Pero intertwined din siya with my media work, but more focused on traveling, being my niche.
I see. Keep talking so we can just listen to you.
Baka lumakas yung kulog.
Listen to the voice.
And
yeah.
speaking of, diba, let's watch this reel. I understand you made a reel out of your trip to Turkey.
Yeah, so this is like a bite-sized version of the A to Z video that we watched earlier. So if you guys want to be able to get a peek into what we did
Ayan,
during
sige,
our
I'm so
9-10
curious.
days, ito yun.
Okay, let's watch.
We just went on an incredible 10-day trip around Turkey, and if you want to do the same, use this as your itinerary. We flew in from Manila to Istanbul via Oman Air with a quick connection in Muscat. Then, it's a drive to Bursa, where you can visit the Green Mosque, Grand Mosque, and the Silk Market. The next day, head to Izmir to pay a visit to the House of the Virgin Mary. Then, to the awe-inspiring ruins of the ancient city of Ephesus. The following day, head to the port city of Bodrum, where you can visit Bodrum Castle and have fresh seafood by the harbor. After lunch, take a drive to the famous Pamukkale, where you can take a dip in its natural pools and explore the Greek ruins of Hierapolis. Then it's a trip to the Turkish Riviera, Antalya, famous for its beautiful waters, beaches, and the massive Aspendos Theater. Do a quick stop in the city of Konya and check out the Mevlana Museum before heading to my favorite part of the trip, Cappadocia. In Cappadocia, there's just so many things to experience, such as the Kaymakli underground city, sleeping in a cave hotel, admiring the surreal terrain of Göreme, and of course, riding in a hot air balloon. Take a plane back to Istanbul and immerse yourself in its rich culture and history. Notable sites are the Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and the Topkapi Palace. The next day, take a Bosphorus cruise. Then explore more of the city, such as the art district of Balat, the spice market, and the Grand Bazaar. Then, before heading back home, get a bird's eye view of the city from the Galata Tower. And visit Istanbul's Little Europe, the Pera district, and have tea at the historic Pera Palace.
nyo, please.
Oh.
I-share nyo din.
Oo nga. What was your favorite part about that trip?
Me, hands down, the hot air balloon ride.
I
Yeah.
think that will be the highlight.
Same with you.
I don't want to take anything away from the other places that we visited. Kaya crucial din na mabisita mo
Lahat.
each of the places in Turkey because each destination presents its own personality and experience. Pero kung ako papapiliin, Cappadocia.
Okay.
Marami talaga
As you
magagawa.
The
said,
hype
oo.
is real ng Cappadocia talaga.
Which is why it's,
Napakaganda.
from what I understand, from how, if, correct me if I'm wrong, as far as memory takes me, yung one of the 4 most visited destinations in Turkey includes Cappadocia.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Kaya yun talaga, nagulat kami even though we were already expecting it to be a nice place. Pagdating namin doon, parang,
Nothing
oh my
compared.
goodness.
Mind-blowing.
Oo nga. So, before you traveled to Turkey, that was your first time there also ba?
First time.
Okay, so you had expectations in your head, di ba? How was it different from when you arrived and you saw it for yourself in person?
I think one of the things that really made Turkey a very memorable trip for me, aside from all the destinations and the company that we were with, was the personal touch that Jai really went out of his way to make us experience. Kasi yung mga nakita nyo namang destinations, usually yan naman din yung mapupuntahan nyo if you want to go around Turkey. But what will make your experience that much more memorable was the hospitality and the
tissue.
added value. Ito, Jai. may isang experience. This was the day that we went on a hot air balloon trip. So we woke up at 2 in the morning. Parang ang aga nag-start nung umaga namin. But after the trip, pagkabalik namin sa hotel, we stayed in a cave hotel during that day. Pagkabalik namin, sinabi ng receptionist, "Oh, sir, please proceed to the roof. You have a surprise there." Si Jai stayed behind kasi lumipad na yun before eh. He set up one of the most beautiful breakfast setups I've ever gotten to see. Kita mo yung buong Cappadocia tapos nag-aalmusal kami doon. That's not usually part of trips like this. Pero si Jai made us really experience.
Nakakaiyak yun.
Those little things.
7 a.m. pa lang may champagne na kaagad.
Oo.
May champagne before breakfast. Wow. Galing. So, talaga you can't forget those
Tama ba?
those
Agree-
little
agree ka ba?
touches.
I agree.
The details, no?
Yeah.
So now when you talk about the trip, about Turkey, what can you say na to people who haven't been there? What would you say to them?
Actually, so when I was Googling photos to prepare my outfits,
Okay.
ganyan.
What do you wear
syempre,
to a
Mga
cave hotel?
followers,
Oo, di ba parang
Sorry.
nag-prepare ako ng outfits. And then, when I was compiling photos, naisip ko, ang gaganda naman ng mga photos nito. Totoo kaya? Parang, baka nasa angle lang nito. Parang medyo may
May doubt ka.
Oo.
AI lang yun. AI.
Parang ang galing naman kumuha ng photos nito. And then, when you're there already, you would realize, oh, totoo pala. As in, ganyan pala talaga siya kaganda in person.
Parang
So, it's
nasa
even
postcard.
It's even better, yeah.
Yeah, even better.
Galing.
Yeah.
And not many countries are like that, would you say?
Yeah, because like what I said, if you want culture, Turkey has that. If you want vibrant city, Turkey has that. If you like history, Turkey has that. If you like nature, Turkey has that.
If you want zenial
Xenial experience, Turkey has that.
Okay.
So yeah, that not all countries can have like other countries they have beautiful churches, but they don't have nature. Some other countries they all have the natures, but they don't have the heritage.
Ayun,
So,
tama.
but in Turkey you combine everything. And one good thing with
It's all
Turkey,
there.
if you're Muslim, you're accepted. If you're Christian, you're accepted because there's pilgrimage sites in Turkey for Christian like us. There's the Ephesus where Mama Mary stayed on her last few years. So
Yes.
Filipino are visiting that place
I'm sure
to
they
do a
would make that a
pilgrimage tour.
stop.
So yeah, those kind of things.
Okay, so it has everything
It
for
has
everyone.
everything from it can be a pilgrimage tour, it can be a cultural immersion, it can be a food tour.
Yeah,
For you
gastronomic
guys,
tour.
what kind of trip was that? Did you focus on the food? Did you focus on the culture?
Focus on the food.
Bumaba ako
Maybe
sa
I-
Turkey, promise.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, personally, I mean, related to what Jai was mentioning earlier about the culture, um, before, admittedly, wala akong masyadong pake sa, like, sa history. Kasi,
AKA shopping.
as in, totoo yung parang pupunta lang dun para magpicture, ganyan. Tapos makakalimutan, like, why are you taking photos there? What's the, di ba, anong meaning niyan? And then, now, sobrang nag-research talaga ako sa history and everything. Kasi parang, wow, now I'm appreciating this.
Okay.
Because
That's
napaka-rich ng culture talaga ng Turkey. And parang it would be a waste and a shame if you don't, like, really immerse
That
in it.
deepened your experience of the place.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually, because of my travel, my affiliation with the travel industry also, I did a talk about this before, where I shared na I was advocating the same thing as Jai, what Jai was mentioning earlier, that when you travel, don't be a tourist. Diba? You try to be a traveler where you get to absorb the culture of the place that you're visiting, be it the food that they eat, the lifestyle that they live, yung mga pastime nila, and getting to travel with Jai and the rest of the group, especially with a place as beautiful as Turkey, the style of travel that we did, each destination pinuntahan talaga namin, I really felt that kahit for a short snippet within that month, at least we were able to experience what it was like to actually be in Turkey. Pero may time pa rin mag-shop, kaya happy. Happy din naman yung mga ibang mga kasama namin.
Okay ba? Do you have different ways of traveling, I would say? Because, di ba, they say people learn more about each other when they travel together. Was there anything that you learned about Kevin and Kevin about Ashley when you were there that you didn't know before?
Kaya niya palang mag-ayos ng mas mabilis.
Uy, grabe! Actually, that's one thing I learned during this trip, na kung paano hindi maging burara sa gamit. Because we had to
Move
hotels every night. So, as in, super gandang learning experience yun for me kasi usually it takes me like 3 hours
To get ready.
to get ready and then to pack pa, ganyan. So
Pack,
now,
repack.
na-reduce ko yan to like 2 hours na lang.
Pero aside from
Thank
that,
you.
what I really also noticed about her was because we also had a guide who parang even if everybody was tired in the bus, he would still explain yung significance ng mga lugar, yung mga history. Super interesado talaga si Ashley during the time that he was explaining. So I was like, wow, it's nice to see na interested din pala siya in the history, everything that, ang dami kasi nangyari sa history ng Turkey eh.
Super. And it's
very
may mga mystical parts din. Yun talaga
That's your,
yeah, yun yung type
Interest
ko.
niya.
Yeah.
Interest.
So parang, wow, I love this place.
Did you buy stones there or something?
I did, yes. I also bought pa yung mga...
Did you buy Miss Marby?
I see Miss
Crystals?
Marby,
Yes.
hello.
Tsaka yung mga evil eye. Yeah. Ang dami kong inuwing evil eye. Yes.
Shopping finds. So, what else? How about the food? You never, you mentioned the breakfast, but what about other places?
May
that
bago
you-
na akong favorite, yung Turkish Delight. Because before going to Turkey, as in, I would hear about Turkish Delight, pero parang, okay, it's another like
What is
dessert
it?
or pastry. It's like,
A pastry? A dessert?
It's like a candy, like it's
Sugar?
gummy bear na
Parang
parang gummy bear
chewy.
yung texture niya. Yeah, very popular yan.
Confectionery, yeah, that's right. Pero ano siya, wide variety siya. So if you buy yung mga handmade talaga, so they make it out of pistachios, iba chocolate,
Or rose.
almonds,
Pomegranate.
pomegranate.
yeah.
So,
Bumili siya ng 6 kilos ng Turkish Delight.
Yeah. Sabi ko, papamigay ko, pero hindi.
You hoard it. If I may add also, because we're talking about food, another tendency of Filipino is to stay on the comfort zone. Like, oh, I cannot travel without eating the rice, or I cannot survive the day without eating the rice. So, I will always tell them, of course, we will have rice, but not on the first day. or the second day. We'll have that
Or
all
every day.
Authentic muna.
at the end. So we have to try. If you don't like, you just need to give it a chance. Just if you think if it looks strange for you, just taste it a little. And then if you don't like it, then don't eat it. But at least you tried.
Tama,
Because that's
no?
part of any travel. But if you haven't completed the travel, if you haven't tried the local food,
Oo.
for me, it's a must.
Makikilala mo din yung personality ng isang lugar when you try their food.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Like,
one.
remember the Iskander?
Das
Oh,
Iskander
yeah.
kebab.
Sarap.
Ano naman yun?
It's just like, I thought it was a
It's fish?
steak. It was a steak na,
It's meat?
yeah, or
Grilled.
it's
ganon.
grilled meat. Then you
Okay.
have like a bread.
Made of what kind of meat? Dragon?
Beef. Beef.
Grabe, turkey may dragon.
Kasi Iskander.
Iskander. They call it Alexander,
Okay.
but locally they call it Iskander. So it's just
Okay.
like
Lamb or beef, no?
lamb or beef.
Beef,
yeah.
But
Okay.
what we had was beef.
Beef.
Yeah.
Okay.
very
And then it
good.
had like a tomato sauce on top.
So para siyang bread sa ilalim, then the sliced meat on top.
Okay.
Tapos may
Sauce.
tomato sauce and Greek yogurt.
Yes.
Kind of like a
Turkish
sandwich or
yogurt.
pizza type of thing. How do you eat it?
Of
Do you-
sorts.
Parang siyang
Yeah.
open face sandwich na
Okay.
roast beef.
Yes.
Ang ganon.
Okay.
Pero
Oh,
gutay-gutay
ayan.
yung tinapay.
Ah.
Kaya pwede i-fork na
It's
lang
very
siya.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really
See,
good.
interesting. I've never heard of that. Galing. Thank you. Okay, so how else was this trip different from your previous ones?
You want me to take this first?
Yes.
Okay. My style of travel kasi usually, very relaxed. I want to experience and do as much as I can, pero kailangan mahaba talaga yung duration. So this really made me appreciate Jai's job all the more kasi we were able to squeeze in. Nakita niyo naman lahat ng mga pinuntahan namin. All of that within 10 days. So it keeps you on your toes, and what I realized was one of the benefits of traveling na fast-paced was that hindi ka takot na kumain kasi mababurn mo lahat sa lahat ng mga activities ninyo.
Oh yeah, too. I got
Diba?
abs now.
Ah, yeah.
Palin ka ng palin dyan.
I know. Thank you, Kevin.
And actually, parang medyo natakot na rin ako when I saw the itinerary. But then,
Tiring, no?
yeah, it looks tiring when you read it. Pero there's always downtime then when you're on the bus to sleep.
Okay,
Ganon.
so reasonable naman pala yung ano niya, itinerary.
Yes,
And it builds the bond
Yeah.
with the group that you're a part of. Parang ngayon nga, parang naging close na lahat ng
Yeah.
group
You know,
namin.
it's I always do media fun trips, but I always make sure this group will become friends after the trip because that's the purpose of.
All because of you also.
Thank you, but for me that's another benefit of traveling together.
Yes.
Even or traveling on a group tour, you make new friends. So it's important that we bonded, and before we leave Turkey, we already have this separation anxiety.
Okay.
And up to now, we keep the group chat.
Oo.
So we
Until
still
the next
we still
travel.
bash Marby, we still bash,
We bash each other.
we bash each other, but that's the fun of it.
bashing.
No
The
bashing.
more you hate, the more you love, no?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you being travel experts or very experienced in travel, are there any tips or advice that you would like to give our viewers who are planning to travel also abroad?
Okay, number one, consider travel as an opportunity to learn more and new things. So you don't travel because you just want to have photo and show the world that you've been there, and you tick the box that okay, I've been here. But it's more of you learn something from the destination.
Really
It will-
immerse.
You
no?
really immerse, and then you will also find yourself eventually. So it's part of
Ang deep naman.
Oh,
no,
right.
which is like
totoo.
when you travel, of course, you aside from finding yourself, you will also
Find
know
someone.
more about your companion, or you find someone,
Off the record na yun mamaya.
or you will also. That's why I always tell this: if I'm dating someone, the first thing I will ask him, "Do you want to travel with me?" So I will know the person better. Yeah, personal na.
Kaya yan yung pang-akit niya. Do you want to
travel
travel
with me? But the agenda there is I want to know this person better because I think
You really get to know a person.
Exactly.
I agree naman.
yeah. So it's about that's the benefit of traveling. So the
Okay.
tip there is don't travel for the sake of traveling, but travel because you want to learn something, and you want to find something. I
Or
know paano
someone.
ba? Or someone. Yeah.
Wow, or someone.
Or someone.
Also to
I
widen
didn't
your
expect that actually because I was asking for tips and then you give me like your mindset. Ganon, di ba?
And mindset, yeah.
The tip is to be open to to learning
Exactly.
and
To be,
galing.
yeah.
Oh,
You have to be open-minded because
Ayun.
if you're always in the comfort zone, then I think traveling is not for you.
Not for you.
Because no matter how good the travel agent or your travel advisor is, bad things will always happen. And you have to manage that. You have to be open about it.
Tama.
And that's always going to be a part of traveling.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
part of the
nothing is-
experience.
Exactly.
Oo nga, minsan nga, when something bad happens, that's when
Exactly,
it becomes
yeah.
more unforgettable.
Agree,
di
Miss
ba?
D. I totally agree, Miss D.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay, and you, any tips for travelers?
Tips, well, it was mentioned earlier.
What to pack? Ganon.
What to pack? Nako, wag ako yung tatanungin niyo dyan.
Kung may budget
Kasi
kayo
alam nila
para
mga
sa
yan.
access,
Medyo-
How do you keep your 10-day wardrobe
I travel
within
with-
the limit?
Yeah, travel with someone who
mag-negotiate.
packs light.
Yeah.
Mag-negotiate
Good
para
tandem.
makishare
Oo.
ng
May
luggage.
luggage.
Oo, nakikilagay ako sa ano niya,
Okay.
bagahe niya. And also maybe in terms of maybe producing travel content. Ako, what worked for me, before kasi, bumibili pa ako ng mga malalaking camera. Tapos hindi ko nagagamit kasi like napapagod ako. So, I invested in smaller gadgets. And that's what worked for me.
Like a phone, not a phone.
Well, number one, my phone, and I have another one which is the Insta360 na 360-degree camera.
Ang galing nun. Grabe.
Insta360.
Endorsement ba yan? Hindi.
Hindi. As
No
in,
brand.
honest review to.
Pinaso kayo na.
This is a pitch.
Honest
Ang
review.
galing nung muli din eh. Ang galing ng
Oo,
camera na
kasi you
yan.
don't even have to think about your angles na eh. Makukuha na niya lahat and then it all boils down to your editing na lang.
So, but taking videos and photos, that doesn't take up all of your time.
That's a good
Do
question.
you have enough time to appreciate, just put everything down and
Actually, I wanted to feed off from that and echo what she said. Kasi one of the woes of being in the travel media industry also is sometimes you don't get to soak in the moment because you're busy shooting, writing, or anything of that sort. Kaya if you want to be able to hit two birds with one stone, and I apologize for that term, if you want to get content pa rin but still enjoy the moment, very good for you to have your phone with you. Grabe na yung technology ngayon.
Yeah.
Get an Insta360 camera para at least minimal lang yung effort mo when you take your content. And then you still have a lot of
Time
time
saved.
to absorb, di ba? Kung nasan ka ngayon. The present, be in the present.
So no need to bring lights or anything like that.
Hindi na. Kasi yung mga gadgets, pwede, very ano na
That's
rin sa
the-
life.
Minsan may
Yes.
mga permit din kailangan doon.
Oo,
Kaya,
eh. The
okay,
smaller
so-
the better.
Keep it as minimal as possible and make sure that you spend time to appreciate your surroundings.
Oh.
All right. So, future travel plans?
Oh.
Japan
Okay.
tomorrow.
I'll be traveling to Japan tomorrow with other media friends also. And of course, for other people, since we've been talking about Turkey, encourage everyone to visit that amazing and wonderful destination, Turkey. Travel Warehouse, after this, you said we have 9-day program. We have the 9-day program. Everything is there. All you have to do is sit down, relax, and enjoy for as low as. Can I say it here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's lure more travelers.
This is everything included except the hot air balloon. The Oman Air flight is included. The hotels are all included. The food are all included. All the activities, the tour guide,
Wow.
private transportation for as low as $1,888
Dollars
per person.
for
So the-
9 days.
Yeah, and the tour we have a regular group departures that will run until the end of November this year.
Okay.
So just save 1,888 and you can enjoy the Turkey like what you saw on our videos and just have fun.
Galing.
So that will be your future travel plans.
Ayun. You heard it. So make your plans and Travel Warehouse
Thank you.
Incorporated. And what about you guys? Are you traveling anytime soon?
I think we have plans on traveling with the family, but we haven't decided which destination yet.
Ako na magde-decide. Greece.
I,
We're
I was gonna say
going,
maybe
we're
Greece or
going.
Japan.
Okay.
Pero yeah, Greece,
We're going to
hopefully.
Greece, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting, no? Now, hindi na rin iniisip ang weather or any other restrictions that could possibly affect your travel plans.
I think COVID will be there, but we have to live with it.
Yeah.
We have to live with COVID. And I think it's managed now compared before with the vaccine in place. All the countries are removing all the restrictions already. So it's safe to travel. As you can see, we're still alive here. we gain a little weight, but it proves that it's safe to travel.
Oo, yes, tama.
I think we've been to several destations already.
Oh, naparami na din tayo,
Since
Joy.
2020.
Okay.
Imagine
so,
that when
and it's
ever-
always been,
It's-
you really make sure naman.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I think it's the best time to travel is now. We have to make up with the lost time we experienced during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's about time to catch up.
Oo nga. On that note, before we end the show, would you like to say some parting shots for our audience?
Okay, I always tell this. Travel is a wonderful experience. It will give you a different perspective. It will give you learnings that you will be surprised finding yourself, everything. And then travel while you still can. Because sometimes we're busy making money, but we don't have time to travel. But when we have money, we don't have the strength to travel anymore.
Yes, matanda na. Di na
So
nakakalakad.
you have to consider that travel doesn't need to be expensive. You can just go within the Philippines, but at least you go outside of your comfort zone.
Comfort zone. Get out there and
Get
travel.
out there, yeah. And of course, it's also special that you travel because travel is benefiting other people. You're not the only one benefiting from it.
You're helping
You help the community.
industry.
You help the tourism workers.
Yeah.
You help the people working in the hospitality industry. So that's something that you can give if you travel.
Yeah.
And at Travel Warehouse, we have this program with Travel Warehouse. We call it a Fly and Share program.
Okay.
Fly and Share project. It's called the slogan is a heart for travel and a heart for others. So meaning if you book with us, portion of that the revenue goes to the project.
Okay.
Like we provide solar energy,
Power.
solar power to different communities here in the Philippines. We provide school supplies. So for the past 10 years since we started the project, it already benefited at least probably 15,000 students to get their school supplies every year.
Oh, that's your idea also.
Even during the pandemic, we continue that.
Okay.
So there's no face-to-face class, but what we did was to have the mobile library that we bring the library to the community.
Galing.
So if you travel with Travel Warehouse, we make sure that we provide something for the community.
Oh, there's more to just traveling
Exactly,
and
there's more to
gaining
that.
your own memories and experience. You're helping. Galing.
Thank you,
ah.
Ms. Tina.
So nice.
What a good guy.
Di ba?
What an angel.
Kaya naman pala. Okay, and how about you guys? Any parting shots? Any message? Any announcements you might want to
I guess
make?
for me, travel while you can, while you're mobile. Because like what Jai said, parang the best time to travel is now because you may be working really, really hard and then you parang malilipasan ka ng time and then like what if, 'di ba? You can't travel anymore. 'Di ba? Parang habang kaya mo,
Go.
as much as possible. Go because you're gonna learn so many things. Yeah, like not just about those particular places, but also you learn more about yourself. That's so true. Like, ang dami mong malalaman, like things within yourself that that are limiting you. You would learn those things and therefore maybe overcome it through traveling. So, yeah.
Dami natin mga guro na guests today.
Feel good episode.
Pero something in line with that, I also posted this very insightful quote about traveling. This was by Marcel Proust. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes.
Wow.
Deep and
Grabe naman yun.
Nag-close din ako,
But on top
Kevin.
of that, there's something that I'm cooking up in collaboration with a TV network that we're gonna start promoting or re-promoting local destinations again. I hope I'm not prematurely announcing this yet, but then it's in the works. If you follow me, please expect more travel content that's coming up.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Noted, noted. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Joining us this afternoon. We really enjoyed the conversation. And I hope we get to talk some more about future travels. Maybe kwentuhan niyo ulit kami, di ba?
Yeah,
Please.
Invite nyo lang kami.
Yes.
Miss Nina, we'd be more
We're
than
just a
happy to
text
join you.
away.
Yes, so thank you very much everyone for watching Spotlight. This is Dina Ventura. Thank you and watch us next week again.